too, Obasanjo, are a bastard.
Really?
You are the father of all the bastards.
In Yoruba land, we have a saying, "Wọn kì í lé ọmọ búburú fún ẹkùn pàjẹ́." You are not the best of my political children.
I was enraged. I felt like taking the mic from Obasanjo daddy and hitting it on his head. Say, hey, Shomoluabi, who is he to say that?
Aliko, ó fún mi plane tó gbé mi wá láti Rwanda back this morning. So owó ẹ wà lọ́wọ́ mi o. Ẹ má rẹ́rìn.
Former governor of Ekiti State, Fayose, is back again. This time around, he's not ready to let go of the jugular of former military head of state and also, should we call him civilian president? Anyway, let's just leave him there. I'm talking of Obasanjo. He's ready to go all the way. He is not ready to stop. He said, Obasanjo, you go collect. Like, Obasanjo, stop this holier than thou attitude of yours. Every other person is a bad person except you. Everyone is evil except you. What about the billions that you swallowed for electricity? What about that? What about your children? What is said about you? How dare you? After $20,000 for transportation to my birthday, you now choose strategically to do the end, is it vote of thanks? Which, of course, the celebrant is supposed to do. Anyway, the thing is this. Fayose is back once again. What he said, I will call it explosive. He dug deeper into Obasanjo. Please like and share. Tap on the subscribe button. Let us jump right into it.
To take the vote of thanks. Wonder, you are not a member of my family. You are not, I didn't grow up with you. How would you want it? Because at that juncture, I became suspicious of a few things.
Okay.
And Baba said he will be the one to speak last.
Wow.
And that my son should say why we're here. Should be the role of my son. I began to suspect a number of things. So I went to the advanced party of the vice president. Because you can't speak after the vice president representing the president. I must speak last and depart. I now called Baba again. Baba, the president should speak last, the vice president. Baba said, don't worry, I will manage him.
Wow.
I will manage him. So, when Baba was called, Baba told the moderator that he should rather call the vice president. The innocent vice president didn't know. Went to take his speech and was about to depart. Baba said he should sit down. Now called me and my wife to come and stand for 1 hour, 14 minutes. How do you say to a man on his 65th birthday? Say, hey, Shomoluabi, who is he to say that? In his capacity as what? Is that meant to be vote of thanks? This was how when Buruji died, that Baba said, Buruji, you use law and political deeds to escape justice in the world. You cannot evade justice by death. I remember very well how Yabo Obasanjo narrated the story of her father against him. Or that Yabo Obasanjo said about her father. So, but I don't want to go to the back. I was enraged. I felt like taking the mic from Obasanjo daddy and hitting it on his head.
Really?
This is being sincere, but to show maturity, not by age, and the love I have for myself and the presence of the vice president, I just keep my cool. Like, you know that nobody would do that naturally and get away. I remember when we went to Governor Hilola at his residence in Okuku when he was doing Thanksgiving. The former head of state, Ibrahim Babangida, was seated. Akala was alive. I entered the room. I was greeting everybody. Akala now said Baba was seated. I said, which Baba? Baba now said, he cannot greet me. He's a bastard. That is me. I said, you too, Obasanjo, are a bastard.
Really?
You are the father of all the bastards. And beyond that, tell me, Fayose is from Owo. The Fayoses are from Ekiti. Fayoses are from Ise Ekiti. Fayoses are from Akure. Fayoses are from Ilesha. Tell me another Obasanjo and trace Obasanjo to his hometown. So, for me, I cannot had, but I maintained and kept my cool. So when I got home that night, I composed a very nice text. I now reminded him that you are supposed to be in the zoo. I agree with that person. You are supposed to be locked away in the zoo.
Don't you think that's so? It's too harsh.
Please, it was not. It was right for what he was saying on the pulpit on my birthday, in the public glare of the camera. Harsh. What are you talking about? Honor comes from top down. What is the meaning of harsh? You don't have words for Obasanjo to say people should not be doing what he's doing. He's always right. He's the corruption-free president. He's not a thief. He's not an armed robber. But he confessed that day that through the governors forum, he collected $10 million naira from me from the library. He said it there. So I've written to him because he has returned my $20,000 that I sent to him, and I thank him for returning it.
So you have your $20,000 now?
It's in my hand now. I went to change it yesterday to naira.
Wow. And how do you feel about that?
I'm very happy. You can't lose. Such a man can't disparage you and say carry your money away. I will not allow him. I wrote to him. He didn't publish that one. My money. You can't go with that money, oh Baba. I written to him with all humility that he should please remember, since he has accepted that he received that money through Governor's Forum. That means the one from me, he should return that money.
But 10 million naira is no longer 10 million.
Whatever. I just want my 10 million.
You don't even mind?
No. The moment I get it today, I will confirm that I've received it like this one. You can't be disparaging people and be chopping their money. That's 419. So let's leave that one for another day. So for me, I did not equally send that message to the public. I sent it to Obasanjo's inbox on his phone.
You sent it as a text message?
As a text message.
Okay.
So it was one who went to the press. And I'm very happy he went to the press. So, which is good. So what you want to tell me Obasanjo has no dementia? No. He has dementia.
But do you foresee any mending of your relationship with Obasanjo?
Oh, please. That's the end. I said it was Obasanjo that removed me from office, removed Ladoja, which other governor, Alamisia.
Okay.
He removed Darili. About 6 of us.
Okay.
And Obasanjo will come out and condemn it. Tinubu. With all due respect, forget about relationship with Obasanjo. And by the grace of God, I have forgiven him. But I will never make this last mistake that I made of this thing.
Another thing. You and your wife came to me in Oyinlola's house. Abi? To apologize to me for what you have said, what you have done. And I said, I forgive. But it didn't stop. You came to my own house. You came to apologize. And I said, okay. But it didn't stop. Ayo, I did not ask you to contribute to my library. Did I? I did not. The governors decided as governors, you join them. Mi ò bẹ̀tọ̀ owó lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀rí, mi ò dẹ̀ gbowó lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀rí. In Yoruba land, we have a saying, wọn kì í lé ọmọ búburú fún ẹkùn pàjẹ́. You are not the best of my political children. You are not. But you have made achievement that must not be ignored. Because even to get me to come to this, you couldn't approach me directly. You sent Osita to come and find me out. Abi wabashirere araki o ya ya. Aishirere Tony see me. You couldn't come direct. Madam, you and your husband, Shomaluabi, and your wife completely disarmed me by saying, Baba, you are right. Edarijiwa. And then when you get that, then what else can I do? Baba, we are right. Edarijiwa. So, you've asked for forgiveness, and as far as I'm concerned, you are forgiven. But the lesson, the right lessons must be learned.
Fayose. Now, there is this culture in Africa, particularly in Nigeria, and predominantly, specifically in Yoruba land, where elders are allowed to commit havoc, crime, create problems, and they cannot be prosecuted, they cannot be corrected, they cannot be told. Now, this is opposite of what you will find in countries like Western. When I say Western, I mean European countries. Doesn't matter if they are in America or whatever, they're all Europeans. It is different. But does this equal to disrespect if an elder is called to see the errors? Now, some might be like, yes, of course you can correct an elder, but you have to do it respectfully. An elder does not have to do it respectfully, meaning an elder does not have to respect you. An elder can speak to you anyway. That's where we are getting it wrong. There is a saying that has been and will continue to be: respect is reciprocal. It is not between age group or age mate or any of that. Respect is reciprocal, meaning if I am correcting you, regardless of how old I am, how long I have been on the surface of the earth, I'll do it in love. Obasanjo decided to choose that day, 65th, 65. Of course, Obasanjo felt, that thing that you feel when you know, oh, I am a military general. I have more connection. I can deal with this guy. Of course, he has also sought for protection somehow, probably prior or during his political career. Now, here what Fayose said. He said, Obasanjo removed me and other governors. Could it be due to underperformance, or because they spoke against him, or just didn't like that they didn't honor his words? He wants to be the one to tell you what to do and expects you to do it because he thinks he has superior understanding or knowledge, or he just wants to be seen as the man that set Nigeria in the right course. He did this with Tinubu, but Tinubu being a man who has his own fund and Lagos being Lagos, he could not succeed with Tinubu. What he did was to stifle the flow of money from the federal down to the state. And the state said, look, we are not putting money into your pocket, so don't give us. Now, I'm very sure that Obasanjo would not be stupid to think that Tinubu would not be able to, although it affected Lagos to an extent because we started seeing the increase in Agbero. Tinubu did what he could do, and he did run Lagos all through without requesting for funds. Tinubu said, I am a city boy. I want electricity. I want it. Yeah, to an extent in certain parts of Lagos and maybe possibly Nigeria. There are people who have talked about electricity being in abundance, but like with the new initiative, band A, band B, band C, somehow it seems he was able to kind of get some of these things sorted out. Instead, he's a city boy, he wants electricity, but Obasanjo then did not want a decentralized power generation. He didn't want it. He wanted everything to be federal, like. What does that mean? It means that not everything that Obasanjo thought of is correct, which obviously it can never. So Obasanjo did what he did in those years, and if I could recall the late Buhari, he said, if not because it's democracy, look at that Obasanjo talking to me. When you were there, what did you do correctly? Can we point to growth in Nigeria to a point where people will be like, yes, apart from people saying, oh, during Obasanjo's time, chicken was 15 naira. Of course, inflation and mismanagement and a lot of terrible things. Now, back to Fayose. Fayose is not going to bow. Maybe Obasanjo might decide to deal with Fayose, and I guess he also knows to an extent. Obasanjo might decide to deal with him not now, but later. Or he might just say to himself, let me just caution him and embarrass him again. That day, it was an embarrassment. Some people might be like, he didn't really say anything bad. That's because it has not been said to you. Not that it was said to him maybe during one of their PDP gathering or some other gathering, neutral, on the day of his birthday, where dignitaries, he said Obasanjo snaked his way somehow and said, don't worry, I'm going to handle that person. He wants to do the vote of thanks. And he said to himself, this man, but he didn't really know. That's why it's important to remember, whoever it is that you have conflict with, your enemy, do not think that you have done. Always take time and do what they call feasibility study. Do profiling. Such a person will not let go of you. But it's fine. It has happened. When I say fine, I'm not saying it is acceptable. He has said what he needs to say, and I don't think he will have opportunity to say it to him again in his own turf. It won't happen. But maybe a gathering where Fayose is, and then I believe he will be ready to do the needful. The thing is that both of them have had their back and forth for a while. So it's not like it's a new thing. And both of them have always been at each other's neck and attack each other, insult each other, and say words against each other. You heard what he said? He says Obasanjo is the one that actually posted that, hoping. I think Obasanjo, there is something about Obasanjo that is very funny. There are videos that were, kind of brought back during that election. I mean, the Peter Obi and Tinubu's period. When you look at that video, you be like, well, what's going on here? Like, what's happening? There are some videos that surfaced and he said certain things that people say, oh, but you said this in those days. How come you are now kind of acting like you never said such a thing? Why are you blaming Tinubu? See you guys in the next update.